Yo, my people, man, it's your boy Njies in a deep building and that, bro. Now, I'm making this video before I've even reacted to the Skepta round 2 diss track or whatever, the response and that, bro, where people were saying that it was cooking. You know what I mean? So before I get into that, though, I'm gonna put the timestamps in the description and also in the comment section, but also on the, you'll see it on the timeline as well. So literally just scrub through whatever you want to watch, listen to, you do you. So we're going to touch on a couple things, which is the general conversation and discourse that's been going on online and within my comment section and just comment sections in general all over YouTube. Then we're going to get into the origination and the culture of UK music and how it came about and all of that, because there's a lot of ignorant people and a lot of people that don't know anything as well. The first point of the general conversation is address the "we are the originators of hip-hop and the culture is in America" comments and that, bro. So that's one thing that I've been seeing a lot, bro, and it's pretty much just been Americans. Over the past few days, I've seen a few UK artists and all of that type of stuff kind of talk on it or touch on that point and that, but just in a different context. But it's more so been coming from the Americans in my comment section and just all over the internet in terms of hip-hop originated in America, we are the culture, all of that type of stuff. Number one, no one's denying that. Number two, no one in the UK when this whole conversation was starting even brought that up and that, bro. It's literally just something, I don't know, whether it's a defense mechanism, whether people, I don't know, ego, I don't know what it is and that, bro. But that's literally just been something that's literally constantly being said throughout, when no one within the UK denied that or even brought that up and that, bro. We all know where the culture of hip-hop came from. We all know where it flipping originated and that, bro. No one's talking about that. All that UK is coming from, and Skepta, who is an individual that literally wrote on Twitter and that, bruv, just started this discourse of UK versus US. Joyner jumped in and that, bruv. They shook hands and that, bruv. I say let's get to work on that. That's literally what happened. No one's denying where hip-hop originated. No one's saying that UK are the originators and this is where the Mecca is now and all that. No one's saying that, bro. So all of that, you know what I'm saying, conversation, throw that out the window and them thing there, because no one on the UK side is disputing that or saying anything against that. And then also the culture is in America and that, bro. At the end of the day, bro, if you look at Jamaica, the culture of Jamaica isn't just in Jamaica, it's globally, because there's Jamaicans globally and that, bro. Same thing with Africa. The culture of Africans isn't just within the continent of Africa, it's global. Same thing with hip-hop and that, bro. It's not just within America now. The whole point of a successful art form is for it to grow and spread. But it seems like everyone's calm with it growing and spreading and gaining notoriety and that, bro. But all of a sudden, when one of the outsiders or one of the dons are coming saying, yo, we can compete with you, man, all of a sudden it's a problem. Isn't that the whole point of hip-hop and that, bro? Competition and that, bro. If you're the best and know that you're the Mecca and that, bro, why am I sweating? Do your thing and that. Come take the lick and that, bro. If it is an easy lick, because that's how bare man are talking and that, come and take the easy W and that, bro, and go back home and that and prove that you, man, are the godfathers and the forefathers of this thing and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Literally, hip-hop has grown now, bro. So the culture isn't just in America, it's worldwide. And that's all because of the work that all of these, you know what I'm saying, the artists that set the foundation created it and kept on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it from generation to generation, passing on the baton. It's a now global thing and that, bro. You know what I mean? And the UK isn't now saying, oh, let me just start say with Skepta, where Skepta was coming from isn't a case of, oh, we are now the originators and the founders and all that type of stuff and the culture is now here. Our thing is we've put in our work and that, bro, and now we are home to some of the best MCs within the world and we want to prove that. Johnny Lucas came over, accepted the battle, they got to work. Simple. That's all that is. Number two, let's put the Drake narrative to bed. He didn't send out his attack dogs to do his flipping bidding. Now, this is what I'm saying about narratives and that, bro. They're dangerous, because I already knew this was going to be a big thing because the internet is involved. And when the internet's involved, subjects and how it originally started gets taken and it grows so many different branches and arms and legs and limbs and that, bro, that you don't even know where the original conversation even started. Now, this is literally, from what I understand, how it all started. Eminem versus Gets, Chip versus Kendrick, Dave versus Lil Wayne, Blade Brown versus Pusha T, Young's Teflon versus Meek Mill, Queenie versus Megan Thee Stallion and that, bro. And to me and that, bro, some of the matchups ain't really the best. This is where I got introduced to everything. So there was discourse actually before it, you get me, where Skepta was kind of going back and forth and just discussing with, I'm guessing, what was an American Twitter account and that, fam. And then Joyner Lucas came true and literally said, the moment I've been waiting for, say the word Joyner Lucas versus Skepta. No one dragged him over here. No one tagged him. Skepta didn't release a diss track and then he responded. He came true over here and that, bro, and then said that. Because if we were talking about UK versus US, I don't think there might have been one or two people that mentioned Joyner Lucas, but Joyner Lucas was not going to be a first person that came to people's minds and that, bruv. And that was released on July 4th, 2025. Skepta's comments was July 3rd. And then if you go down from when he was like having discourse with this Twitter account and that, bro, this was all on July 3rd, all on the same day. And a man like Johnny Lucas replied the exact, bro, the next day, bro, literally the next day and that, fam. And that's how this whole thing started. They shook hands, said, all right, say let's get to business and that, bro. You know what I mean? And then when man like Skepta then dropped Friendly Fire, which was 11th of July, 1 or 2 days later, that is when man like Drake made his comments. Drake was just doing Drake things. He capitalizes on situations and that, bruv. He didn't say, yo, UK lyricists are the greatest and the best, and then within hours and days and that, bruv, UK just jumped up and said, yo, Drake, we got to do your bidding. That's not literally how it went, fam. You get me? Drake was already capitalizing on something that was already in motion and that, fam. You know what I mean? As he always does. The guy's in the UK. Well, I'm guessing he was in London. Wireless Fest is in front of a probably majority UK audience. He's losing credibility over on that side. Oh yeah, let me just put this comment out there real quick and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that, bro. So nah, Drake didn't start that. And that's what I'm talking about, narratives. And that's another reason why within my video, when I was reacting to Joyner Lucas's Nobody Cares diss track, I was pointing out all the lies, because at the end of the day, 90% of the people engaged in this thing don't even know what they're talking about and know nothing and that, fam. You know what I'm saying, about the UK side of things. So I'm 100% going to say things, because I'm sure if US reactors are reacting to Skepta, I'm on caps, they're 1000% going to call it out. I'm doing the same so that I can actually let people know what's going on, what's what, and then make a decision for yourself and that, fam. You know what I mean? I wasn't being biased and that, bro. I was calling out literal cap and that, fam. We were saying Skepta don't get P, he's not even top 10 in his course. He was saying something like no one considers him the GOAT and all of that type of stuff. And at the end where he was talking about Skepta's the originator of UK rap and but we'll get into all of that and them thing there, which was all cap, fam. You know what I mean? But will the big dogs get involved on either side? Now I've already literally said this about Skepta. In terms of Skepta, he's from that cloth, he's built from that cloth, he's built from grime and that, bruv. He is battle proven, he's been within war. He has his war wounds and that, bro. He's got his W's, he's got his badges and that, bro. You know what I mean? But in terms of our top lyricists, I already said this. If I was to make a 10, maybe even a 15, bro, of artists to go outside of the UK and battle the rest of the world and that, bro, Skepta probably wouldn't be on that list. In terms of music, he's a music mind. I love Skepta's swagger, his demeanor and that, bro. His how can I even say it and that, bruv? His bravado and all of that type of stuff within music and that, his cadence, his swagger, all of that, holding that, bruv. Within grime, and he does have bars and that, bruv. Don't get it twisted and that, bruv. You know what I mean? But in terms of top lyricists within the UK, there's a good 10 or 15 man that I'll put ahead of him and that, bro. So I can say 100% that our top dogs have not come outside here. And with the US, the same thing, because I didn't mind this whole UK-US thing. What I do mind is probably the way it's been going about, because right now it literally just should be Skepta and Joyner and that, bro. I kind of hear, for example, what Big Zoo did, going onto a track calling out Eminem, that was pretty much just like social media clicks and all of that type of stuff. So, but I can understand someone doing that type of thing in terms of coming onto a track and calling out like a rapper or whatever and that, bro, because it's UK US. It's very broad and that, bro. There's no rules, you know what I mean? But at the same time, don't do it how Big Zoo did it, you know what I'm saying and that, bro. But right now, realistically, the only battle that should be going on really is Skepta and man like Joyner. Novelist jumped in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And his track wasn't even, not to say that it wasn't good in that, bro, but it wasn't the best, personally. Then Scorcher jumped in. That Scorcher tune with all the grime MCs and that, bro, with Scorcher, Cruz Corleone, Smiler, Duppy, them, man. In terms of this whole feud that's been going on, that tops Nobody Cares for me. I can't even lie to you. But realistically, they shouldn't have jumped in because the rounds were still ongoing and that. But in terms of the UK side of things, I really only condone the Friendly Fire thing and Scorcher in terms of quality and that, bro. The Big Zoo thing, come on, my guy. What are we doing here and that, fam? Novelist, I can understand once again, grime MC and that, bro. He's from the cloth and that, bro. He's just ready to get in there and that, bro. You know what I mean? Same thing with Scorcher and all of them guys and that. And Ambush. Yo, you see, Ambush is a madman, bro. You see, Ambush, he took out both Blicks and that, fam. Aimed it at US, bro. Turned around. And literally did Friendly Fire and that. That guy is a flipping madman. I don't know what the hell he was on. Do I think the big dogs will come outside on either side? I don't really think so, because it's like I don't really know where this is going. And that's what I said from the beginning. I don't know where this is going to go. Right now, it's getting a little bit chaotic. It needs to, I feel like it needed to be a bit more controlled in a different way. Even if it was like this, or maybe on a cypher, or get UK US artists on to do a track, or you know what I'm saying, maybe it should be something in a more controlled way. Then maybe we would have seen the top dogs come out. It's still not over, but I don't think we're gonna see any of the big dogs come out and that, bro. You get me? Now we're gonna get into the synopsis of UK music culture, how it evolved, and a brief history of each genre. Now this is kind of going to get into a history lesson, so you can kind of skip and that, bro. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do and that, bro. But if you want to learn something, stick around. If you might already know this and that, if you're one of the UK guys, or you've been indulged within the UK culture. So it went from sound system culture to jungle to garage to grime to road rap / UK rap to UK drill, trap, afro swing, UK trap wave, all of that type of stuff. You get me? And now we're going to break down each one. So sound system culture, which was and is an art form directly transferred from one country to another. UK is heavily influenced by Caribbean and Jamaican culture due to the Windrush generation, which is a generation of Caribbeans that moved to the UK between 1948 and 1970s. This is my grandma's generation. This is my great grandma's generation. I'm half Jamaican, half Gambian and that, bro. And that's one reason as well why I always say, when it comes to these racists within America, within European countries and that, bro, my great grandmother and that, bro, was literally a part of the railroad works and that, bro. Why is that such a tongue twister and that, fam? You know what I'm saying? She worked within the railroads and that, bro. You know what I mean? And that was one of the many jobs that the Windrush generation were able to obtain. You know what I mean? So that's why when the racists are saying, get out of our country and that, fam, my bloodline, bro, my actual bloodline and my people, bro, black people and that, bro, are embedded within the foundation of these nations and that, bro. Poet Njies in the flipping building and them thing there and that, fam. If you want to blame someone, blame your ancestors and that, bro. We're here to stay and that. We're the backbone of this thing and that, bro. You get me? We didn't just stumble on these lands and them thing there, bro, like a certain Columbus and that, bro. You know, ain't and them thing there and that, fam. You get me? We put in pure pain and that, fam. Now I've got that off my chest. The sound system culture is still very much alive in the UK, especially during Notting Hill Carnival in London and the Carnival in Leeds that takes place in Chapeltown, and Leeds is where I'm from, which is why I put Leeds in there as well and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's going to be other cities that also do that, but it's like Windrush generation came over here and it was kind of a case where, yo, what can we kind of make ours and that, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's when Carnival arrived and that, bro. You know what I mean? And it still goes on till this day, every single summer and that, bro, within August, which is my birthday month and that, bro. And Chapeltown is also a gold mine and that within Leeds and that, bro, in terms of black history, black community, all of that type of stuff. If you ever do come to Leeds and you want to learn about the black people and all of that type of stuff and the generations that came before, go to Chapeltown and that, bro. You'll probably find some uncle and them thing there. Long Naya Bingy dreadlocks and that, bro, down to the floor with like one hanging off looking like Lil Wayne and them thing there, bro. Ask him some questions, he'll tell you a lot, fam. And jungle originated in the late 1980s to early 90s. And when you listen to it, you can hear the direct influence from reggae and dancehall. So jungle was influenced from reggae and dancehall. Jungle is probably one of them genres in that, bro, where the Windrush generation came over to the UK. Cool, you have your sound system culture, but now you have a mix and blend of Jamaica, but now also you're in the UK, so you got a bit of that culture in that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're indulging with a bit of that, and you're like, okay, so sound system, yeah, that's Jamaica, all of that, we understand that type of thing, but what can we make ours? That's how man like jungle came about. And some names within jungle is Skibba D, General Levy, Rebel MC, Shabba D, and many more. And now I'm literally going to play a short clip of every single genre and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that. So first we got jungle and that, bro. Brace your ears and that, fam. If you think grime is a mind F-free and that, bro, listen to this.
I am the incredible general.
Listen. The way you see the whole room flipping gassed right there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain genres that obviously die out, but they never fully die out, bro. There's always going to be people carrying that flipping flag. Get me? You play that to anyone from any generation and that, bro. They might not even know the artist name. They might not know the genre, but they know that song without a doubt and that, bro. So that's a jungle, bro. During this time, there was a UK hip-hop scene which wasn't a readaptation but a direct imitation of what was going on in the US at the time. Some names are Rodney P, Black Twang, Skinny Man, Klashnikov, Low Key, and many more. Once again, my bloodline as well, during these times and them thing there within Leeds and that fam, are also a part of UK hip hop. That's why when I was saying my opinions and all that type of stuff, I think someone went in the comments and said, you can tell this guy doesn't know nothing about US culture and what, because I'm backing my guys and that, brother, not flipping saying all hell US and that, brother, no one can ever be better than them and that, bro. Like, allow me, bro. During like the 50 years of hip hop, whatever, there was an exhibition within Leeds and that, fam, you know what I mean? And that's where I took these two pictures and that, bro. So first you got my uncle, DMW, Dangerous Mouth Works. You can read his accolades, all of that type of stuff and that, bro. Within the most recent years, he literally did a whole album where he was beatboxing with the MC and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely cold. You guys can stop that. And he was a b-boy. Apparently, he started off b-boying and that, fam, you know what I'm saying? Then transitioned into beatboxing, which he does till this day and that, bro. Absolutely cold and that, bro. So big up my uncle and that, fam. And then you have my auntie Maliha and that, fam. By the looks of it, she didn't have like a quote unquote stage name or whatever and that, fam. And she did the MCing and also B-girling as well. And from what I understand and that, within Leeds, I don't know if it's within Leeds or just within UK in general, she was one of the first female MCs and B-girls as well. You know what I mean? Either one of the first or the first type of thing and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, my family have, yeah, big stakes in within the game in terms of UK hip hop and that, bro. You know what I mean? And the next thing that I wanted to show you, man, was this right here and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? So this literally was the whole event. So as you can literally see, man, I didn't even see the start because I skipped straight to inside and that, fam. Crazy to me. So so this was literally the exhibition. So this was 2024, whatever. Went there with the family and all of that, bro. And this wall right here, as you can see, it literally looks like a tube system and that, bro. You know what I mean? And this is just hip hop culture within Leeds. I think it was within Leeds only in that, bro. And it just listed all the b-boys, MCs, beatboxers and all of that type of stuff and that, bro, because it was showing the different art forms within hip hop and that, bro, and it was b-boying, MCing, beatboxing, all of that type of stuff. So this was just the culture within Leeds. This is what hip hop has done for the world and that, bro. This is how much is it's grown and that, bro. No one's disputing who created what and where it originated and where the mecca is and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what is provided to us and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And what's so cool about this wall right here is at the beginning, I have family. In the middle, I have family. And still currently active right now, still doing things, I also have family and that. And that's what was so cold about this video right here and that, fam. Oh, that wall specifically and just the culture within hip-hop and that, bro. From the 1980s, my family have been involved in that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, from generation to generation to generation, literally just music heads and that. From my mum, who listens to basically 1999 backwards, that's my mum right there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like music head, music historian. She's had multiple shows, all of that type of stuff and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? From my sisters to my cousins and that, bro. Cousins that have been MCs, currently MCs, producers. Like, you know what I'm saying? The list just goes on and that, bro. So when people are trying to tell me, because I'm back in UK now, I don't know what I'm talking about, and because you can't fathom anyone outside of the US being better than anyone in the US and that, bro. That's not my problem and that, bro. You deal with whatever mind every you got going on and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you can't fathom that, by all means and that, bro. Mental health and that, move to the side, you get me? But I'm backing my guys. And then we got garage. So garage originated in the mid to early 1990s, evolving from American garage and house music, incorporating other genres like jungle and techno. Some names are So Solid Crew, Atlas Crew, Pay As You Go Cartel, and vocalists include Miss Dynamite, Craig David, Kelly LaRock, and many more. So garage is more so MCing, smooth flows and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got vocalists in the background and that doing their thing. Kind of like the greatest duo of all time to me is rapping and singing and that. And that's literally what it was, just in a different type of form. And stay with me. So we went from sound system culture to jungle, and then we went to garage and that, bro. And that's what this is right here. Man, like Asher Thievler. And the reason why I played that video is because you guys are going to know exactly who that is. I ain't even got to say the name and that. As long as you know Top Boy and that, bro, you know exactly who that is. So this is the law. Before Top Boy, before all of that, bro, this is what man's career was and that, bro. And then it evolved into Asher D, the actor, and them thing there and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And then him being Dushane. Then we go through. So we go from sound system culture, jungle, garage, and then that's when grime emerged. Grime emerged in the early 2000s. Grime adopted different techniques from earlier genres within the UK music scene. For example, the tempo on grime beats was similar to garage, but had a different vibe. the fast-paced, more aggressive flows within jungle, like you had like, you know what I'm saying? And that the more aggressive flows and that, bruv, were adopted from jungle and put into grime. You get me? But MCs made it their own over time. Wiley is the godfather and pioneer of grime, which is why he's respected by all generations within the UK. And that's not cap, bro. Because normally when people talk about grime and that, it's a disrespecting and that, because he eventually obviously died out within like the mid 2000s, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. The younger generation genuinely respect Wiley and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me. Like, they always reference him as like one of the, like, you can't leave him out. That's the godfather. He's the originator. He's the creator. Some names within grime also include Wiley, Dizzy Rascal, Kano, DWE, Lethal Bizzle, JME, Skepta, Gets, and grime groups include Roll Deep, BBK, which is JME's and Skepta's group, who are also brothers as well, Rough Squad, Newham Generals, and many more. And then what did I pull up for grime? Oh, of course I pulled up flipping P's and Q's and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man like Kano.
The first rewind, but the second line sounded like the first line. I ain't got punchlines, I got kick lines, and I ain't commercial, but I got hit lines. I spit deep rhymes, but I got the girls on my side from the first rewind. You might see my face in a magazine or in a fur coat in Face magazine, cause it's spreading the word down from raves that I've been, and they're bringing the purse out to pay for my team. I couldn't give a shit.
What do I hear it again?
Listen!
If we don't really want to hear it again, say boom.
Listen, man. Alright, so that's man like that's grime right there and that, bro. And shout out to man like Kano. When people reference grime, that's 1000% one of the tunes that people are gonna mention. Like if you said, yo, make your top 5 grime songs and that, bro, that most likely is gonna be in there 9 out of 10 times and that, bro. You know what I mean? Then we got road rap, which emerged in South London, particularly Brixton and Peckham during the mid-2000s, and is the predecessor to UK drill. Giggs is the main pioneer to this genre, which influenced what UK rap is right now. Some names include Giggs, Young's Teflon, Blade Brown, Nines, Scraps, K-Coke, Potter Paper, and many more.
Look now, I'm stressed, had a couple wars. I'm the nigga that'll press on a 4-4. I'm depressed that your mother saw slugs sitting in your chest and your upper jaw. Pain is the essence, the game is a lesson.
Violate us, a mistake you've been making.
Road rap wasn't about Grime's hype or battles, more real life and trap style beats, which is going to tie into the Giggs video perfectly and that, but remember that statement. And also, 1 second.
We don't care. Nobody cares about how you and Drizzy are close, or how you invented UK rap, but still ain't top 10 on your coast.
And how you invented UK rap and that, bro. People were saying, you know what he means, that. No. He's just out flat wrong on that, bro. Because Skepta originated from grime. And man like, what do you call it? Wiley is the originator. He's the pioneer. He's the godfather of that genre right there. And Skepta, the work and most of his work and that, bruv, is within grime and that, bruv. Giggs is the pioneer, you can say, of road rap and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And specifically road rap and that, bruv. Not UK hip hop or all of that. Specifically road rap and that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And Skepta, obviously, he has albums and them thing there. He has bare tracks within rap and all of that type of stuff and them thing there and that, but he didn't invent it. No, he didn't. So that's just once again flat out wrong and misinformation. You remember what I said about narratives, things being said, people not knowing the right information, then all of a sudden everything just starts flying about and all types of comments and da. That's another one of them and that. And then from 2014 to 15 till present day, everything else was born from UK drill, Afro swing, UK trap wave, melodic rap, etc.